Ladies and gents, welcome to the SpellForce Free Pro League. In the red color, we have got DonHyperion playing as the Orcs. And that's a random flag, I'm sorry. I'll just leave it for now. And we've got Leasha playing as not random, but the Trolls. It's alright, we'll fix the factions. Dwarves, Trolls, there we go. Sorry about the intros, everyone. The Pro League is where we, at the moment, are testing out all these new maps for competitive play. When the more experienced ones are here, but we also have a Rising Star League where everyone else is very welcome to join. It's currently expecting sign-ups. We're going to be starting that off in June. So hope everybody will want to hop in if you enjoy yourself some good SpellForce free. It's going to be the Goblin Warlock for DonHyperion, and it's going to be the Beak Eye for Leasha. The Beak Eye is actually one of the new heroes, and the special thing about, like I said, this tournament is that the maps are all modded. This is Wolfguard Mage Academy, created by Ra. It's like almost done, but it still needs the dressing. So hopefully we'll see that soon. Leasha is going to be going with the left side business here. Aimed throw for single target heavy damage. There's a multi-throw with multiple projectiles, of course. She's got a throwing axe currently. There's also a spear. I believe you start with both of them. And there's the Master Herder perk to give weapon-based buffs. There's also the hunting throws, which applies Hunter's Mark, reducing enemy pierce resistance, which is really, really nice for sure. Special thing about the hero is that it does pierce and strike damage rather than magic like all the other heroes do. There's a bunch of that going on in this expanded set of heroes, all provided with mods. Now, we've got the Goblin Warlock, which is, you know, a standard build here. You've seen this probably a million times, but for anyone new, it's Life Bloom for single target damage and poison application. We've got Chain Lightning, a little bit of AoE. Likewise with the Totem of Sparks. It's just a different form of AoE. And we expect to get the Healing Totem at least. And then potentially pump points into either Totemic Might to make the totems apply buffs to the allies, or into just Arcane Force. We'll see. The new maps also come with new creeps. In this case, Mountain Lions. Of course, there's the regular bandits on the map, but they have been taken out already. Up here, we've got the Gnars. Very omnipresent in the later stages of the campaign especially. And we've got the Greater Air Elemental. I forget what the ability of this thing is, but it's so strong, you probably are going to leave this for the very late game. It's very out of the way as well, because like there's tier 3 resources here. Eventually you want to come up there. Not so for the Trolls. The Trolls don't need that top base. So Leasha is potentially going to put on a whole lot of pressure. We'll see. One special thing for the Beak Eye, by the way. We're taking these creeps so freaking early. I'm shocked by that. The Smasher might actually go down. Holy shit. Wait a second. Oh god. Oh god. The last hit. It made it out. Whew. Okay. Leasha's liking to play with fire, I suppose. Anyways, like I was saying, what's special is you can promote the bird. So it's called the Beak Eye for a reason. You can just skip the whole tier 2 upgrade thing and use your hero skills to upgrade some of the birds at least. Ultimately, you still want to go tier 2, but it can wait. And you can buff them in several ways with the skills on the right side. Now, the Goblin Warlock, I saw, had the Totem of Vex and the Healing Totem. So at that point, you probably do want to consider Totemic Might. In order to just make your army better and make a whole lot of Gubbos, Scoundrels, maybe even a little bit of Pesterer, but so far we're not seeing that from DonHyperion, as there's no War Pit for him. Ra says that the Air Elemental makes a Storm, which will make about a dozen lightning strikes around it in a pattern. Okay. I really hope we see that, because people don't tend to take it. They just tend to play PvP after the 4th phase. Or rather, the 4th level on the heroes. It's a very open map towards the middle, you guys see. And that just means that you end up fighting over this area, because you can make a 200 population army fight in this, and you don't have to worry too much about the concaves. Of course, these 2 bottom spots are very important as well. That's where the iron is. So that's important for DonHyperion specifically, because obviously Leasha with the trolls doesn't have that resource. SpellForce is very asymmetric like that. We do have Totemic Might now. I still don't think that Don would go up north to mess around with this though. Troll tunnel guards are going to be taken out. They guard the bridges, but they're pretty easy kills. First off, they're weaker than the normal smashers, but you know, when you have a hero as well, it's not that tough. So what are we up to? There is tier 2 for the orcs. Nothing too shocking there. The orcs do tend to go for a really quick tier 2, and the reason they can get there so quickly is because their economy is very granular and their hunt gets a massive advantage over the other factions. So you know, they just have more income. Their workers come online more quickly because these individual buildings are cheap. You can just finish more of them rather than having to wait for, you know, 4 workers to come online together. It's just 2 at a time. You can add them faster. The sooner they start working, the better. Okay, Leasha's coming in to try and protect the base. It will be very difficult for DonHyperion to get the kill. I think this is a very daring move. I don't like it. The Ironbeak fighters are gonna be a problem, as it's very difficult to attack back with only Warg Riders to shoot up and the hero. Yeah, this is gonna be left alone for now. Leasha's getting quite a bit of experience from this. You can see that level 5 is almost in. So I wouldn't be shocked if Leasha sought out some more fighting after this. Beak Guy is getting a little bit low. Maybe there's an opportunity here for Dawn, but Leasha is gonna chug a potion, obviously. Pretty good smasher count as well, but I'd love for Leasha to upgrade these to Skull Crushers. That would really teach these scoundrels a lesson. Now, how are we doing with potions anyway? There's still 6 versus 6, so I guess as long as the base helps out, Leasha doesn't have any problems. Some of the smashers are getting weak, but the pullback micro from Leasha has always been great. Still is now. Oh, but some of these are starting to fall. This could be DonHyperion's moment. However, that level 5 is there to deal with now. I bet the ultimate is gonna come into play. Uh-oh. Here we go. Yeah, Hunting Frenzy has been picked. There's always a multi-shot now with the normal attacks. But it does consume a lot of focus. Level 2 of multi-throw is also in. Excuse me. That looks like a solid Leasha hold. So are the Skull Crushers gonna happen now? It's a throwing camp here, so the Smashers are gonna turn into throwers for now. Not the best counter to Scoundrel, because they actually are gonna get more resistance against that. So DonHyperion's getting a handful of kills here and there. Still pretty far away from that level 5, and like I said, the players are very PvP focused at this point, but with the iron starting to come online, and there's quite a bit of possible iron to grab, especially with the up top bases already having it. What about this one? Not this one yet, but I'm sure it's coming. So once Dawn is done basically working on these bases, that's going to mean that all the eco can just go into army. And that's really the point that you're looking for orcs to really start steamrolling. Leasha is at the moment population stuck and on throwers, so it's really not ideal, but the school crashers are starting to come in. And once those are out, it's a very different story. Perhaps another base real quick for extra income. Can't hurt. A lot of scrap at the moment in the bank, so upgrading to school crushers wouldn't be a huge issue at all. Just needs a few more smashers. Oh, no way! DonHyperion just caught all the scrappers. Look at that! That's such a good raid! Oh my goodness. These things cost 20 food apiece. DonHyperion just did 60 food worth of damage. Brilliant move. Unbelievable, dude. It's a good thing for Leasha that she still has a good amount of scrap metal and all these bases are secured. Maybe grabbing his bottom base wouldn't be the worst. Leasha could absolutely go for the air elemental, by the way. It's not a problem. It's just you'd probably lose the base at home. Because DonHyperion is here pressuring it. The Scoundrel aren't the best at surrounding a large creep, right? But they can definitely surround multiple bases. And he's currently running them into 3 different groups. So Leasha has to split up her own army in order to respond to everything that's going on. The scrap horde itself is getting destroyed. Yeah, this main group is not going to be able to break through the trolls. That's very appropriate responses that we're seeing. But DonHyperion is not relenting. He's getting another scrapper kill right there. Although the Skull Crushers look to be finally cutting down the Scoundrel. See if DonHyperion can hide behind his towers. With a bunch of Hunters and Brutes. I really like the tower play. Might work well against the trolls, but you need to man them. They're right now not manned. Picking off the few individual hunters that are here right now has been a good move for Leasha. But this is just not enough army to take on this much stuff from the orcs. Good choice to teleport all the way back here to clean up. Frees up all the trolls, and now if they can go together to do a big fight, Leasha actually has the population lead, so it's really not the best moment there for Dawn. But he's done so much damage, and we're really starting to see the scrap metal economy fall apart. Like, there was a little bit of bank earlier, right? Now there isn't. And although Leasha has made a new guy, he's not working. And certainly not on the scrappy spot, which is... Where is the scrap actually here? There's some here. Dawn's kind of engaging, but kind of not. I guess he's just wanting to pull everyone out of the base's range to get the hunters to work really effectively. It's easier said than done. We'll need a few more boys here, and I really like the addition of the brutes, even just for normal fighting, because they're going to be tanking this super well. Level 5 is reached, and DonHyperion can get his other tank out, the Golem. He's also got Chain Lightning level 2. Didn't go into Totemic Might as much as I thought, but we are up against the trolls, so it makes sense, I'd say. Most of the bases are fortified outposts, just a few more to go. You'll have to do it in order to get population space, so expect that any moment now. The watchtowers are holding back the tide for now. There's a golem summon coming up. So far there's no upgrades for the orcs. They can upgrade armor and damage on their units. Because every other faction has more dedicated special upgrades. For example, you can upgrade throwers to do a little bit of weakening. Which is already researched. And the Skull Crushers you can upgrade to hit 3 enemies instead of 2.
The best wares from
Quick
Calais to
shopping
North.
run here. Why does nobody sell the Potion of Fresh Start? Everyone's keeping that. Can absolutely sell that thing. But anyway, we got the Spirit Ward of Fast Feet for some extra movement speed on the hero. Always need to pull out of a tough situation. You're not gonna get the Inferno Golem versus the Elemental one. Oh, the Beaker is getting sniped. Leasha just manages to pull out. Barely. Not the best engagement for the trolls here, I have to say. Still poisoned. And the Chain Lightning is absolutely doing sick damage. The Hunters are going nuts as well. Picking off trolls left and right. Even the hero, the Beaker, is down. Leasha never actually got the armor. It looks like the remainder of the troll army is now falling apart. I'm not sure why Leasha was fighting out in the open like that when you have a base right next door. That was a little weird. Yeah, went for weapon instead of armor there. DonHyperion is getting closer and closer to level 6. The more trolls get killed, the faster this will work too. There's another 3 kills. Now I don't think this base is easy to destroy. It's a sharp eye of the tribe. And even with all these brutes who have siege damage to them, it's just gonna take a little too long. So I don't like this. They might even all go down actually. What I do like is these hunters splitting off in order to fight the Skull Crushers and the thrower there. Really good focus fire on them too. Just absolutely demolishing the army. Inferno Golem joins back into the fight. But ultimately, yeah, it's time to leave, I'd say. The base plus the Beakai, that's a bit too much on the defensive front. Leasha has been properly reset, however, so I think DonHyperion only needs to do one thing. Remax on tier 2 units. Get out some more brutes, especially because Hunter count has survived pretty well so far, and DonHyperion has pumped a little bit off them. I think he just went shopping as well. Maybe for potions, yep. And I'm hearing Leasha eating there. She's got the first 2 flesh eaters. Maybe they can make a little bit of a difference with the magic damage and the life leech, but if they get surrounded like that, then no. Then they won't be contributing too much. Great play by DonHyperion. Sharp Eye of the Tribe. Totally surrounded. There's not many trolls left. I think they're all gonna go down. The Goblin Warlock just about manages to survive. Okay, no, he doesn't. I cursed it. But still, this is probably it. The Flesh Eater is gonna get what it had coming. Huh? Excuse me. Please go down. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I think Dawn can just roll through all these bases, even though there's a tech advantage. Leasha just doesn't seem to have the resources to upgrade enough of the Smashers at this point. There are Hex camps all over, so that's nice, but this is gonna snowball hard at the moment. You see, when this base gets taken over, it can be just all farms. I think all Dawn needs to do is go from base to base. He's got plenty of brutes to smash bases with. He'll have the boy coming back up as well. We've got shamans on the field because the main, meanwhile, has gone to tier 3, and there is some black ash in the main. Not just up here with the air elemental. He's getting largely left alone. Nobody wants him. It's very sad. Trolls are gonna have a last stand, but I don't think they can do much, honestly. They are getting hella overwhelmed with an army that's basically 5 times the size. Quality is about the same as well between them. And those hunters are more than capable of handling some flesh eaters. Although the resistances are stacked against them, but it's not that bad. Bit hard to maneuver between these buildings, but they'll get it done. Eventually that beak eye will fall too. Yet another base gets taken out with an immense amount of buildings that once they get destroyed, DonHyperion could benefit from the economy there. Not gonna come to that as Leasha does resign this first game. Don too good. He got it done. That army size, oh my goodness. Don being the red, of course. Welcome to game 2, ladies and gents. In this one, Leasha will be changing factions away from the trolls and into dark elves. I tend to agree that the dark elves have a really good map here on Red Wastes. Let's see what she can do with it. On the other side of the map, we've got DonHyperion sticking with the orcs. Sorry, I gave him the wrong icon in the last game. He had dwarves the whole time there. My bad.
Let's make this quick.
So hero picked is going to be the Reaper. Which of course means that there's going to be the undead getting summoned. It will help with the early creeping, but DonHyperion wants to mess with this. He's bringing in the Goblin Warlock and will try to interrupt here. I don't know if he's going to get a second sector before he does that. But so far Leasha is not moving too quickly, and you know, with the Tarantula getting distracted, this is actually a huge help to Don. I think he is gonna grab this base though. So there's not much to steal here, but you also don't want to enter a flag fight against the Reaper, I'd say. Yeah, Don knows it. Don is not gonna mess with that. He's just going for the easy undead picks. Nothing wrong with any of this. Some more down there. Leasha is not going there. Interesting. Not going down to the bottom. Might be able to destroy the scouting post, but very unlikely. Even with the extra spiders, it wouldn't be doable. Not once it comes up. Don has a lot of resources right now as well, as he hasn't pre-placed new buildings. So I'm guessing he wants to go a little bit wide first. Might be still a quick tier 2 kind of game. So far we're not seeing any units getting made. This is definitely going wide for 4+ sectors. Dark Elves aren't going to make this too easy. Let's take a look at the skills meanwhile. So for Leasha, we've got Void Arrow, Reanimate Souls, and Corruption. Obviously, you have to pick up the Void Souls Aura. So that's a single target damage, that's a weakening, armor reduction. Man, you've seen the Skelly summons. They're pretty useful. For DonHyperion, we've got, I think, pretty much the same as in the previous game. The exact same, in fact. Healing Totem not yet picked. We should see that soon enough. Spider's trying to deny this, but a spider's damage is way too low in order to make a difference. You need to send like 2 to 4 spiders, ideally, to destroy a flag before it upgrades. These guys have also attempted something along those lines, but we're a little bit too late to the party. Dawn's trying to steal a sector. It shouldn't work. He just has to fight the flag, not the hero. With all these extra undead, it really doesn't take that long. The upgrade process is looking pretty decent. I don't think that will work out. Just destroyed in the last possible second, but DonHyperion gets another click for the flag fight. Very nicely done. I don't think this flag will come up whatsoever. It's basically impossible with all these undead around. Right? Oh god. This could get actually really close. Oh my goodness! That was the last possible second to finish it. Wow, that is extremely unlucky for Leasha. Very lucky for Dawn. He's gonna be partying from here. Going white has paid off. Though he is getting some upgrades now. Got a good bunch of gobbles out. 28 population. It will be easy to take on the Medusa, especially if you slice off just a few of them at first. Now it's a Frontier Post, so the Dark Elves absolutely cannot destroy it. And the Dark Elves are on a really low base count, whereas Leasha isn't even fighting the Medusa. This is definitely DonHyperion's comfort zone. He should be able to get one of these camps and then maybe even break up the party in the other one. So let's see where Leasha is gonna end up heading. I think she might try to disrupt this. Right? No, not right. Going for the other one. Her own. DonHyperion does good avoiding the Vixen's stun there. The Gobos are going to get a little bit of healing, but many of them are out of the area actually. Leasha's army is just getting evaporated here, although most of the army is just undead. Once the spiders start dying, that's the worrying part. Because that Reaper is not going to be able to do a whole lot at these low levels. Like at level 4, you just don't have enough to deal with the overwhelming goblin count. Like I said in the other game, orcs do have much better hunting rates than the others, especially the Dark Elves, so there's going to be a lot more units from Dawn. The Reaper does have double weakening here, because there's also Lingering Curse, which also reduces damages, which also can be done with Void Arrow, so you can like double reduce damages, double reduce resistances. Oh god. Creeping is pretty good with the Reaper, and then later Hero Snaps are pretty good with the Reaper as well. He also has a little bit of splash damage with the ultimate skill, but I'm not sure we're gonna get to see it because Dawn is already up to level 5, has the Bound Infernal Golem, and might just be able to have the good old level 5 Ruffle Stomp here. With everything of Leasha is just getting wrecked. Let's see if she can hold on to dear life. At level 4, it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. We do have a bunch of infiltrators, but they're not going to have the easiest time, as Warg Riders can kind of keep up with them. They're faster too. Less damage, obviously. But hey, does it matter? Look at all these extra bases that Don has. He's also got tier 2. Leasha has not reached it yet, but has paid for it.
Understood. We will do as you say.
Everything's a frontier post, so that's the good news. Except this. Getting the iron units out will definitely take a long time. Whereas with Dawn, he's already gathering iron, you see. Several iron mines up on the map. Now going for this frontier post. Should be possible to destroy it. Let's see what skills are on the Gobble Warlock. It's pretty much the same as the previous game. Double Chain Lightning. 1 point in Totemic Might and all the free totems on the right. Not the ultimate summoning totem. He doesn't have that. Inferno Golem getting sniped. Buys a lot of time for everyone else to do the damage to the frontier post, though. Chain Lightning goes down on the infiltrators, and I'm not sure they'll make it out of here. Golem just gets resummoned immediately, and it looks like the Goblin Warlock just picked off the remaining units. But this is now a fortified outpost. Leasha is repairing and trying to get it to be a border fortress as well. This might actually work out pretty good. Level 5 isn't too far away. Remember, the Dark Elven outposts, they do magic damage, so that counters the gobos pretty hard if you can weaken them. You just need to pick good targets and pick them off one by one before your base gets destroyed. That's another upgrade coming through. More damage, more health. A little bit of health gain as well from the upgrade itself. Like the bar goes up. I don't think the Gobos can out-damage that repair rate right now. Especially if that Bound Inferno Golem goes down, they're not going to have enough coming in for it. At the moment they do, but once it's down, I don't think it's enough. Level 5's reached for the Reaper. Kiss of North should be coming in any moment. I think it just did. Somewhere. Weakening and boom! Oh my goodness. That was a great use. And the bleeding on all these weak goblins. Border Fortress is barely staying alive at just a few hundred points of health. It will be destroyed, but at the cost of the entire army. Leasha is not doing too bad. But certainly the loss of the base is a huge problem. We'll need another Kiss of Nor in order to make this work effectively. See if we can get it. No focus for it right now, but the cooldown is done. It is a quick corruption, and oh wait, no time for a corruption. Fortunately for Leasha, she got the Dark Ensign up. Not allowing the clan standard to come up, and the hero is gonna leave. Bleeding damage, however, or the Rotting Stone debuff, actually does destroy the flag. Dawn is just going to restart it. The building process on the flags is so short, it doesn't really matter too much. The problem is what's going on behind all this. Fortified outposts, iron mines all over the place. Even here. Not here just yet. Those iron units can't be far off, right? The War Pit is currently researching Blood of the Horde and Wrath of the Horde. So I'm thinking DonHyperion might think about skipping to tier 3 and get shamans. The tier 2 has been done for Leasha for a while. Does have 2 Spires of Souls, so at least a little bit of harvesting can be done here in these bases. There's a Sleeper. It's not enough to destroy this base by any means. Especially while it upgrades and repairs itself. And there's such a huge crowd here to protect it too. Leasha's certainly gonna try to hold on and try to make the tournament dream work. Kiss of Nor did some damage, but it's just not enough at level 5. It needs to be a lot of help for it to really work out. This level 6 Goblin Warlock can negate a lot of it with healing. The Gobos also get empowered. Well, everyone gets empowered actually from totems, including the Bound Inferno Golem, the hero itself, brutes, and there's upgrades getting done for them. So we've got one weapon upgrade and one armor upgrade done already. That's for all the orc type units, but not the scoundrel. Wait, what is this weapon? Hold on a second. Let's pause this for a second. So we've got the shielding amulet picked up from the Medusa, as well as the focus ring, as well as frozen time. Extremely lucky. Now, shielding amulet was from the shop though. Now, Scepter of the God King. I've not seen this item yet, so we're going to take our time to read it. To allied scoundrel around targets, 55 health, 16% movement speed, 19% attack speed, 22% block chance. To allied goblin pesterers, similar stats, speed, attack, speed, and range. That's insanely powerful. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he gets a little bit of armor from it too. These gobos are in hyper mode right now. Kiss of Nor will still finish them once, you know, it gets a little bit more spell power.
Understood.
We'll see how it goes.
Brothers, get ready. There's work. Get this over with.
Good news for Dark Elves is they can make border fortresses without having to go tier 3. So Leasha has been able to get at least a little bit of stuff going in the form of these sleepers. It's definitely not much, but it's something. Another huge Kiss of Nor in the middle of the army. The goblins are really weak and bleeding is finishing them off actually, despite all these buffs. Is it modded? Yes, it's modded. There's new heroes, there's new equipment, there's new maps, new creeps. This is a new map. Recommend everyone to try. We usually organize games through our my own Discord. But there's of course the official SpellForce one that you can try as well. Okay, Dawn isn't going tier 3 just yet, but many of these bases are fully upgraded. Is that an upgraded staff? No, it's the basic one on the Reaper still. The Reaper gets a life leeching staff. As a special item. You have to go to like the exposed merchants in the middle, which on this map is here. Like you have to go to this one to get the special sauce. Now Leasha has nowhere left to go in terms of upgrades. Has to take down the base of DonHyperion, or DonHyperion just can do whatever he wants, and he knows he can do whatever he wants. He's making watchtowers now. The soul harvests are looking good, but I'm not sure it's enough in and of itself. Maybe a big Kiss of Nor in the middle here. Ah, no energy on the Reaper. Now there's hunters, so it's gonna be way harder to face off against that. Well, the sleepers are a pretty good counter with their pierce resistance and good health. It's just that all these bases aren't necessarily going to be safe because there's brutes on them. The Dark Elves know it's important to teleport on this right away. Kiss of Nor is going to try to take him down, but it's not enough as there's healing coming in, which also gives these guys some power, and they smash down the border fortress without much issue. That siege damage on brutes is kind of wild. Leasha's still holding on to dear life, but honestly down to 3 bases, 3 expansions against an orc that has the entire rest of the map. That's not pretty. That's a problem.
Understood. We will do.
Ay, ay, ay. It's a very big problemo indeed. I think Don can just destroy this next base too, probably, right? Although that's a lot of sleepers, you have to be a little careful. Good use of Kiss of Nor once more. The bleeding will finish them off for the most part, right? Not really, the healing is too much. Level 6 for the Reaper, maybe this time, if that translates into spell power. There's 3 points in Arcane Force, but there's no Corruption level 2, so yeah, it's just not gonna be enough.
We're under attack.
Nice kill on the Golem. But Sleepers getting picked off left and right is definitely not great news for the Dork Elves. Another border fortress is getting absolutely destroyed. Good Kiss of Nord to kill the Goblins off. But I mean, losing the base is just, once again, such a large issue, and these Sleepers don't resist magic. Warlock is having the time of his life in the back, and now the Reaper is potentially gonna get sniped by the Hunters. Has to run from this. Can't fight the Hunters, they're pretty healthy. Right, they're upgraded as well. They can take a Kiss of Nor. Then the orcs have all the bases. Leasha has nowhere left to run. Oh! We got basilisks! But they moved too soon. They're getting shot. I completely missed it. So did Dawn. Where are they going? Oh, they're going to the main. Oh my god. They don't want to destroy the base because Dawn will notice. Because there's a voice notification for it. Oh my god, they're going all in. Wait, Leasha. No, it was a good idea. Oh, Dawn saw it.
Chop, chop, brothers. Let's get this over.
Dawn saw it. The problem is when your bases start attacking, they also give a warning that you're under attack. So this was the best play available at the moment. Unfortunately for Leasha. And the basilisks are slow, so they're gonna get run down. Trying to split them as much as possible in order to avoid the tide. But I don't think it's gonna work. They've all been spotted, guys. So much for that. It was a good idea. But I think it should have just been destroy this base and get out, right? Hope for the best with the Reapers weakening and making use of that siege damage, maybe. I don't know. Especially with Corruption level 2. For sure, they're gonna get to destroy 2 bases here. But it's already getting rebuilt, and it's fast, man. It is fast. This one needs to be defended as well. Leasha isn't even gonna go shopping, is she? Oh well. Yes, actually. It's money for free potions in there, but meanwhile that border fortress got destroyed because, you know, brutes are strong. In fact, there's a second upgrade being done on all these units. It's already done, sorry. And that should be it for the Reaper too. He's gonna go out with a really nice Kiss of Nor though. It's just... there weren't any orcs killed in this, only goblins. They can keep rolling on. Brutal, brutal stuff. Yeah, they're gonna try to run down the Reaper now. There's nowhere left to go. Capital is under heavy attack. No amount of microing is gonna save you against that large of an army. Say goodnight, Leasha. DonHyperion owns the whole map. GG. Solid 2-0 thus far. At least one more victory is required for Don. Good hero damage by Leasha, however. That part wasn't too bad. Right, ladies and gents, we are in game number 3 now. Leasha's last hope needs to reverse sweep from here. Trolls. It's a really good pick for the map at hand, Loranian Catacombs. We'll talk about it in a second. On the other side, for the orcs, we've got DonHyperion. He's all about them orcs today. Even though he's more of a dwarf main, he's doing great. This is working out just fine. Leasha's going shopping. Wait, for the throwing hack stick, do you have to go to the shop? I thought you start with that. Interesting. Well, now we learned. There are some bugs on this map. Also, undead. Moles. The mutated cave spawn. He's pretty brutal if you attack him in melee. Places a massive resistance debuff on you. Then we've got the Nidari, which are my favorite creeps. They can summon some others. Little ones. They're very resistant. And then there's the big boy. Here in the corner. The Siphoned Abomination. You don't get a base here. Just this guy. Good luck. He's strong. He's very strong. But the trolls can handle it for the most part. So, big advantage for the trolls because pretty much all of these creeps are weak against strike damage. So you get out like 6-7 smashers. 6-7. Then, you know, you'll be in a pretty comfortable spot. And surely a freaking Goblin Warlock isn't gonna flag steal against the trolls, right? Then again, this is a pierce and strike damage hero. The pierce damage doesn't get to do much against the clan standard. What's the weapon split there? Oh, it's just doing strike in this case. Okay, because whatever is the best is going to be applied in these shared damage type cases. Oh my goodness. This is so annoying. This DonHyperion guy just keeps stealing all the flags. And Leasha is letting it happen. Oh no. Maybe a weakness of the beak guy here. I used to have this rock throw ability that was really good siege damage, by the way. Made a decent flag fighter, but I think Don found a weakness, potentially. Wow. Frickin' base stealing. Oh no. The beak guy has to use so many potions. But at least this base can belong to the trolls. Not that they need too many too urgently. Like so far there's been no disruption, it's just that Dawn is definitely gonna fortify this and keep it. Now the gobble hordes can come out to take over the creeps. Again, like I said, the strike resistance on these isn't very high, so even the goblins are gonna have an okay time against them. Some good debugging happening here. Leasha is also at level 3, so there's no big discrepancy. What is this? Beak charge. We don't see that very often. Huh? the extra move speed for them. Literally just that and resistance against Pierce. It's pretty good. Level 2 it just gets even better.
We're under attack.
Upgraded to boom droppers. Obviously normal birds aren't able to attack ground targets. That would be really OP, but you have to upgrade them, which normally requires tier 2, but with the bee guy able to just promote them on the spot, that's huge. And we've got a hero snipe, so the trolls should be able to take over this base as well. They have the resources for it, so I'd love to see it. Then again, a hero kill at level 3 is nothing you can't handle. Sometimes it's even preferable to chugging potions. Additional iron beaks are getting made. Let's see if DonHyperion responds in any way. So far I'm not seeing a war pit, which means that there won't be any units that can shoot up besides the hero. I guess you can make warg, but they are short range, they don't have a lot of damage. I'd love to see a few pestilers. They'd be probably easier to handle, but I guess you could just go tier 2 and get hunters. That's fine for the most part. Just you should expect iron beaks to be all over your iron bases, which is really just this one. And that's it. Because the other iron base was taken over by the trolls. Oh, sorry, there's this. There's 2 locations that Leasha should be. Iron beak gets destroyed. Just barely. Interestingly, Leasha isn't really looking for any trouble right now. Could have taken these giant moles very easily, however. Surprised she didn't. I was gonna say that this is usually a really good map for trolls because there's not that many bases, and you know, for orcs that's usually a problem because they really benefit from having a lot of bases due to their granular economy. But I think it might be possible Leasha is bamboozled by this series, by the other 2 games rather. And then there's DonHyperion's unusual base stealing strategy as well. So far so good. There's some really impressive boom dropper harassment going on in 3 locations at the same time. So that's another reason why Leasha would have gotten bamboozled. Shutting down some workers is definitely nice, but it's only a little bit of resource delay, right? Like, it's not permanent damage. You kill the workers, they come back for free eventually. Just takes time. In that time, you'll probably have some more warg out in order to go hunt down the birds. Which is exactly what we're seeing, although... Wait a second, why aren't they shooting up? Oh, they can't shoot up, can they? What the heck? I thought they can shoot up. Is it the upgrade that they need for that? Very interesting. Wait, did I forget that completely? Am I that rusty? Okay, I need to play some more orcs at some point. That's embarrassing. I thought they could shoot up.
Our workers are under attack.
Don didn't even make a blood forge, so we can't check. Is there a description on the unit itself? No. It doesn't say anything about that.
Our workers are under attack.
Oh well. The air raids are still going on. It's really strong. Normally you'd need tier 2 for this. Being able to entirely skip that is huge. A lot of smashers here. Leasha is gonna want to eventually upgrade them into ideally Skull Crushers, because they're gonna have the resistances against both damage types, melee and ranged. Plus the cleaving damage to go through Scoundrel and Warg Rider. It's also a huge boon. Of course, we're not gonna allow this base to be taken like that. Nobody's going for the creeps on this map. It's really weird. Usually people do that. These two are having a really odd game. Bikai goes for the tier 3 spear. Not actually sure there's a huge difference between the two weapons. I mean, I really don't think there is. With the spear, you're going to be a little bit slower, I believe. But better attacks or something like that. It's an all-in on the fortified outpost, but it's not going to work. And I think at least one of these smashers has died. The others are going to upgrade now. Oh, we don't have the Master Hurler upgrade. Interesting. Okay, so there's more range on this. But the abilities cost more with the spear. Just better. And with the throwing axe, you get to run faster, but your attacks are weaker.
We've no more room for troops.
It's a very small difference, but it's one nonetheless. Now Don is absolutely going nuts for these. He's doing great by targeting the Scoundrel onto the moles and the ranged boys onto the cave spawn, which avoids this debuff on most of the Scoundrel. Raids are still ongoing. But now that our Gobbo is level 5, we've got the summon. That should help a lot with blasting through the base. Iron Gathering is gonna be hard if the trolls bonk you over the head. It is what it is. Oh shit! That was a really good kill by the throwers. Just completely focused down Goblin Warlock. But it seems as there's too many orcs. The Warg Riders are outnumbering the throwers so much, and the focus fire is so nice from DonHyperion, which just makes sure that the DPS gets removed more rapidly than just, you know, attack moving. Oh, this is great. There's barely any trolls left. Great trade. It's absolutely worth it throwing away the orc army for this. It's not a throwing away, really, is it? It's just... they're demolishing the trolls, actually. Half of them are making it out. And only 3 smashers got to escape. DonHyperion has like fortified outposts all over. All he's lacking is this one iron base. That's it. I'm sure he wants that, so he's probably gonna go there. No, he's not. He's not going there. Huh. Well, anyways, there's hunters now. What else has this war pit researched?
No more room for troops.
Just that.
We need to improve our outposts.
So I think that's probably gonna be fine from there. And that Stonebreaker is about to be destroyed. That's the last one. Oh my goodness, the catch on the Scrapper is brutal too. DonHyperion is just destroying Leasha in this series. I'm sorry to say. Leasha down to just 2 bases now. I think Don can do whatever he wants with all these iron mines in the middle. It's definitely in a good position. It's not a lot, but it's enough. Probably just upgrade the Warg Riders? No? Nah, we're pumping Hunter Brute. Makes sense. And tier 3. Okay. Guess it will open up the possibility of border fortresses. Which also means more iron. That's a lot of iron beaks. And war can't shoot them. But the hero can in the back. And so far so good for the Gubbos, but against Skull Crushers they're gonna have a tougher time. Good thing they're enfeebled a little bit. So not hitting quite as hard. Meanwhile the War Riders and the Hunters are really the ones doing the cleanup work. And although a lot of Goblins have died, Leasha is having a tougher time replacing these units once they go down. DonHyperion can really do this all day. He's not worried about replacing some Gubbos. You see, his Hunters have survived. That's what matters. And they've really taken down all the Orcs here. Looks like even the Beak Eye is gonna go down. Oh my goodness. It's level 6 for the Gobbo Warlock. I think he's had it before as well. Full level 3 Totemic Might is in. The units will gain regeneration as well from every single totem. And this time for Leasha, there are no mages to help. Iron Beak is gonna die to poison there. Scrap Horde's getting destroyed. There's no more scrap then for Leasha at all. Just a little bit in the bank. There is some degree of offerings, but I think DonHyperion will just finish his tier 3 now. He just did, and that means that the border fortresses can start rolling. Just upgrade every base real quick. He's got the resources for it too. Tries to Mugwa. He's gonna destroy that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, just destroy the Hex Camp. I don't think this little group can do anything about the stronghold of the tribe, so the Orcs would need to, you know, replenish a little bit, and there's another iron base to grab, so it's a good idea to teleport back. On the way down, you can take out the Nidari or something. Poor Leasha has nothing. Nothing. There's a bunch of shrines to Mugwa, at least. But without enough food income, you just can't make enough smashers in order to turn into mages. There's gonna be like 6 of them. But then what? Come on, Don, get to Nidari. Please. Please fight them. Yeah, oh, he's not doing it. He's just going for the throat. Oh boy. Okay, Sharp Eye of the Tribe getting targeted. I don't see Leasha teleporting onto it because she wants the Smashers to be upgraded to Flesh Eaters, but she has to do it now or oh god, it's already too late. I guess she'll try to take it back. This is gonna be excessively hard. I mean, the scrap is missing. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is over. There's no coming back. Maybe we'll see a final fight, but without the scrap, you're not gonna get the mages. Dawn has it all. Didn't even make border fortresses, by the way. Just going straight into shamans. Because he can. There's a scrap horde. About to finish up the scrapper, but I guess it's just gonna get this into the army. Scrapper into the army, yep. Great. As if Leasha didn't have enough problems. It's a nice little blob. If only there was something to blow it up with, because the Euro's dead. And I'm afraid Leasha's trolls can't hold out by themselves. There's too many goblins, there's too many hunters. Leasha has to resign there. DonHyperion takes a series. 3-0. It was really brutal. He's gonna go straight into the grand finals. Leasha has to work through the losers finals against yours truly. So that's gonna be interesting. See what we can do there. But yeah, great series. Don is just super dominant with the orcs too. I thought he's more of a dwarf boy, but his orcs are even scarier, I'd say.